Alright, welcome back to Resident Evil Zero. In this video, we are going to continue our quest from last time. If you'll remember, I left a whole bunch of items down in that, the room where we got the white statue. I think I've got caught on that part of the wall every single time. Go back and look. I'm pretty sure that's true. So we're going to go regroup with our items that we left behind and then progress through there. Because as I said, I was thinking 2 steps ahead. I was galaxy branding this whole thing because of the fact that there's no item box. I knew that I was going to have to come back this way anyway, so that's where I left all the items. Basically, you gotta, like, what is it, Hansel and Gretel? You gotta leave, like, a breadcrumb of items. So, we are going to get rid of the shotgun. I'm pretty sure Rebecca's never going to pick that back up. I don't think I want her to have that. We're going to just focus on Billy having the shotgun. Basically, Billy's going to have all the heavy weaponry. I might give Rebecca a Magnum, though. I don't know for sure. So, Billy's got this key. He's got to open the door, which I think is stupid. If one of the characters has it in their inventory, and if it's a key item, they should both have it. We're going to get Billy out of here once again. We're going to give him back his grenade launcher and his handgun. Just in case. The handgun's a just in case, basically.
I'll go check over there.
I don't necessarily think I want him to have it, but whatever. We're going to send Rebecca off on her own because, from what I can understand, I don't know if this is true exactly, Rebecca is quicker with the Molotovs. So, just throw it at a Leechman 3 times, and it dies. Also, there's like 2 different enemies in this game. One is called Leechman, one is called Mimicry Marcus. I never remember which one is which. I think it's just interchangeable. So, if I call a Leechman a Mimicry Marcus or a Mimicry Marcus a Leechman, then just excuse me. So it usually just takes 3, and then that's that. Rebecca, apparently her arc is quicker. She throws them quicker. I don't know if that's for sure or not. I guess I could have done a test with giving both of them a Molotov and then throwing it, but I'm just going to take the internet's word for it. That's never something I've noticed before. I usually do just give them to Billy. So I really don't, not 100%. And now just regroup, because the Leechmen are gone. We have what we need. We're also going to kind of conserve a lot of Billy's ammo, as we've been doing. But there is going to be a point where we're probably going to want him to actually shoot. This is one of my favorite rooms. I really love this room. It's just, when there's such a tonal shift, like this is like an Old West saloon. Like, it's just great. So, Rebecca cannot play the piano, but tell her to play the piano. I love that she just gives up at the end. That's such a great little detail. So yeah, that's just an extra little scene there that you don't really need to do. Billy's the one that can play the piano, so just send him. So, I despise this song for very petty reasons. There is a soundtrack that was released for the 15th anniversary of the series. And for the most part, the song choices in it are pretty good. You know, a lot of iconic songs that you would assume would be on there. But there's not a single save room theme in there, which feels like a pretty no-brainer to put on a Resident Evil soundtrack to celebrate its history. Now, there's no save room themes, but both versions of the piano being played in this game are on this soundtrack as separate songs. So there's Rebecca playing it badly, and then there's Billy playing it well, which always angered me. I was like, why the fuck are these two on here, but there's not a single save room theme? So, yeah, I don't quite understand that. I mean, I like the song. It's the song that we heard in the very beginning of the game when the narration was happening, which is such an iconic scene for me anyway.
This way. Roger.
A Midwestern town in blah 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 in my ass. I like that. That's another one of those things where you have to send Rebecca in there. I actually don't know what would happen if you send Billy in there and have him take the battery out, because Rebecca can't, as we've seen, Rebecca cannot play the piano. So I'm really unsure. So I made a big mistake in this part. I was gonna go through this room, and then I was like, wait, I'm gonna go through this room first. Because after you come out of this room, there's going to be another leech man that the game spawns in. I figured it's whatever room you go out of last. Like, if you go in this room first, and then the other one, and then you come out of that other one, then they spawn the leech man. I just figured that was pretty... That was how the game worked, but that is not how the game works. The game instead works is that as soon as you go in this room and then go out, there's a leech man. So I figured, oh, on my way out of here, as soon as I do everything that I need to do, I'll just have to dodge the leech man once and he'll be spawned away from me. But instead it was like, no, he's spawned in front of you and you're gonna have to deal with him twice now. So I made a mistake. That was my bad. Entirely. I don't think there's anything else in here. So, we can just go. And meet our fate with the leech man. I guess I could have found more gasoline and more empty bottles, but I didn't feel like doing that. Also, I ran directly into him. So, I was not... continuing my anger and my annoyance from last time. This was... I was livid, and I was about to... just restart the recording again, but decided against it. So let's give Billy his gun back finally, because there's some bad dudes in here. So we're gonna just see if we can do this without Billy's help. We might need him to be active. But, again, making a lot of rookie mistakes here. Got Billy grabbed. Didn't like that. And I don't know how this happened. I feel like this guy just died. I really feel like I didn't do enough damage to that guy, so I really don't know what happened there. But I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Yeah, as you can see, I really started to fall apart in this part of the game. I was getting very frustrated. I was making a lot of mistakes. I probably, in actuality, almost certainly should have redone this video, and I don't know why I didn't, but we'll see if that hurts me or helps me. It's not going to help me, but we'll see if it hurts me, basically. So, pick this bad boy up. Again, you don't need Rebecca to carry all of those, but I just figure she has one. She might as well carry, you know, the rest of them, too. So now we're going to have to probably run by the leech man again, but hopefully we can just go right in that door. There you go. I don't think we've properly heard the leech man theme, really. It's a good song. It's a really good song. This is one of those that I have all... Laced Records have been putting out all the Resident Evil games on vinyl. And Resident Evil 0 is one of those that I put on a lot just for ambient noise. You know, if I'm reading or something, or if it's like a dark night, I'll pop that on. So, we are going to give those things to Rebecca, because right now I want Billy to pick up the grenade launcher again. like I said, I think last time, we want Billy to be our heavy weapons expert. Rebecca is mainly, from now on, just gonna stick to the handgun. But we'll see. I think right now, what am I doing right now? Because, again, I'm galaxy braining a lot of this right now. So a lot of things that don't look like they make sense. If I'm running towards the open hatch, then yeah, I'm about to really galaxy brain this. Oh, no, okay, I'm actually just doing what you're supposed to be doing. So we did have that battery from the, like, wine cellar that we were in. And all you gotta do is just pop it over here.
Yeah.
This is cool. I guess you could have come out to this area at any point, even though there's not really much of a point. You know, I'm trained like a Pavlovian response to going out through the doors, like the main doors in a Resident Evil game. Because usually that's like, oh yeah, you get dogs in there. That's how you get dogs in there. Just from the first Resident Evil game, I know, like, oh, don't do that. So I usually never come out here before you're supposed to. Because there's really no point. So again, Billy gotta do this. Rebecca's too weak. Capcom making a firm stance. They're saying women are too weak. Men have to be strong. Which is kind of fucked up when you think about it. Again, that's the thing that I think is kind of weird in this game. I said it before. But Shinji Mikami said he didn't like Rebecca as a character because she's not a strong female character. And he didn't like Resident Evil 0. Like, isn't that the time that you want to make her a strong character? Change your perception of her? So, I don't know.
Come on.
Roger.
What are you gonna do, right? And then just because Rebecca has the open space, we might as well have her grab this. Even though there's no way she can reach that. This box needed to be much bigger. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just not gonna work, guys. So now we have all three of those. We got... we're running out of space, kinda. So, once again, I am really galaxy braining this. I am thinking 3 steps ahead. I'm going to do something that, again, might have been a bad idea. Maybe, maybe not. We are going to go over to where we came into the training facility over here by this open hatch. We're going to leave Billy behind just because we don't want him getting grabbed. And we're going to send Rebecca off on a little mini adventure right now. Which, again, I kind of made a calculated risk here. There are enemies in the way of where we're going to go, and I assumed that I would be able to just run by them. So we'll see if that works out or not. So this area has now been populated by a bunch of these little roach guys. And your first time through here, pretty easy. Not that bad. In here is like a, I don't know, there's like a big, it's not a satellite, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a telescope room, like a planetarium type deal here. There's a big telescope, that's all I know. This is where we can throw down those books that we've been picking up, the big slabs. We have to return the slab, as it were. We are going to put down 2 of these. We are not going to put all of them down. Because as soon as you put all of them down, that's going to move this room that we're in, and the only way we could get out is if we go through a hallway that's filled with eliminators, which I don't want to deal with. I don't want to waste any ammo on it. I don't want to get hurt by them. So right now, we're going to save the last slab for when we come back through here and meet up with Billy. Because I need an item that we left all the way back in the beginning of the game. And again, I was making a calculated risk here. Each time, I was getting more and more close to getting hit by one of those big roachmen, which I don't actually remember their names. I think they have a pretty cool name, those roaches. Let's see. They are called... I don't know.
Yeah.
We got zombies. We got the dogs, the leeches. What are they called? Plague crawlers. That's a very cool name. That's right up there with like Drain Demos. Like that's just a weird name. Plague crawlers. So this is where we got into the training facility through. You know, we got that big train crash. The item that we need to go back for right now is the hook shot, which I actually completely forgot that we needed again, which is why I didn't bring it with me originally, because I would have just taken it with me and left it in the main hall if I had remembered that we needed it again. But then, while I was practicing, I remembered. You could technically do this later on, but again, once that platform raises or lowers, I forget what it does, the only way back into the training facility is through a hallway, or a balcony, technically, that's just filled with illuminators, and I don't want to deal with that. So I'm doing this step first, then the other one, because I don't know if I'm coming back to here. You could, theoretically, after this thing that I'm about to do, you could come back to the training facility and pick up all the items that you left behind, which isn't a bad idea, but I might not do that, because I don't think that the game is, like, mean in terms of, like, you know, not giving you stuff. This game is littered with ammo. There's tons of healing items, so I don't know yet. I haven't recorded yet, and this was bad. This was very bad. Didn't like this. Again, this is the risk that I knew I was taking. By going through here a couple times, I knew that there was a chance that eventually those plague crawlers were going to have bad, like, placements in the map. Whatever. At least Rebecca's fine. And I kind of just said here, like, Billy, stay, why not? I figured it'd just be easier, we don't have to wait for him to go down and then up the ladder. Not that you have to wait for him, but I was surprised that after this scene, the game just warped Billy down here, so I really don't know what that's about. I guess they didn't have a separate cutscene for either Rebecca doing that by herself, or Billy just in the background, I don't know. Boy, that sure is a full motion video, isn't it? So, we'll just head up now. This is a brand new area. Now, again, I don't know 100% yet. I haven't recorded past this part. That may have been the last time we go to the training facility. It's a very good chance of that being the case. This is another cool location. This game has tons of cool locations. Again, some of the stuff you do in the game isn't very good, and some of the gameplay mechanics are genuinely bad, but this game has so many great locations. So to get in here, we have to split these characters up yet again. What we want Rebecca to do is to go on the top left corner of this, which I could not get her to do. As soon as I switch back, she just steps off of it, which is insane. I don't really know what was going on here. I couldn't get her to just simply stand on this square. I'm going into this section with a lot of damage to Billy. I don't know, maybe not a ton of ammo, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. just a cool church. I like that there's a church behind the training facility. It's just weird. It's a weird thing to do, right, Umbrella? Why do you have this chapel behind your training facility? Oh, there it is. We haven't heard this in so long. I was so happy. It's very rare that you hear this in this game because there aren't a ton of just dedicated save rooms in this game. But man, it feels good to hear this theme back. Especially after all the pain that I've been through in these last two videos. So, that is it for this one. I will see you next time where we do something quite dangerous.